Right then, let's talk about your last movie, Roadhouse.
It's a great film, Roadhouse, because you know, you see a few places, don't you? Where you think, well, I'm not going to bother going in there, and it always needs, you know, a head dome. And Patrick Swayze just comes in and knocks 10 bells out of everyone, and you know, straightens it up.
To protect my investment, I've hired the best damn cooler in the business.
All you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. 1, never underestimate your opponent. 2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And 3, be nice.
It's brilliant. He has a local villain down the road, you know, that's saying, you can't do this, this is my town and that, you know, and it's like a one-man army. Some of the things they do, you know, like put the stop sign through his car window and pop his tyres, and just, it's sensational.
The name is Dalton.
He's just got one name, Dalton. That's all he's known as.
Dalton, yeah. You wouldn't mess out with someone called Dalton, would you? But yeah, brilliant film.
I love it in a kind of like, I mean, it's cheese, but it's good cheese.
Yeah, it is a bit cheesy. The dress sense leaves a lot to be desired. A little bit like today, but great era for films. And Patrick Swayze, I think he did the majority of his best work in the 80s, and it's a shame to see how he is now with his health. So we've got to treasure these films. But obviously, with me being a fighter and a boxer, there's nothing, you know, you like better than seeing a bit of, you know, rough and tumble and that. A little bit of funny things, you know, the big fella, the big fat guy who, you know, the bear falls on him at the end and that, you know, it's, you know, just corny.
You're made for each other.
Typical 80s, but it cracks
Great lines as well, though. I mean,
it up.
It's one line. It's not actually Dalton's line, but where he goes, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
You're in the zone when you're in the ring, you're having the fight. Do you ever think, do you know what, I've got this guy so licked that I'm going to actually do a put-down before I throw the killer punch? I mean, you know, like all these great put-downs you have, like, in movies, like, you know, Arnie has all the best, like, when he was Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin, he goes, chill out, and then, pff, freeze them. He throws a knife through someone in Predator, pins him to the wall, he goes, stick around.
Yeah, a bit like James Bond effect, isn't he? He always used to have a corny one-liner. And I suppose boxers, you know, you do have, not really my scene, you know, showboaters, if you like, you know, that play to the crowd. There has been a few boxers that have been at ringside, and I had one particular boxer, I can't remember, he went, yeah, you're going to get me Paul McKenna now, and he hit him and knocked him out, and he went, sleep, you know.
That's great.
I suppose there is a bit of that in boxing, you know, a bit of showboating, but yeah, I mean, it's, you know, but Roadhouse was a, you know, fantastic film. He had a little bit of scrapping, he gets the girl in the end, you know, cleans up the town. What a guy. It's
a boy film, and like we mentioned Oasis already, and they're blokey mates. I mean, they're the ultimate lads. You obviously went on a celebratory road trip with them. That must have been fun.
Well, it was the best couple of weeks, I think, apart from, you know, finding out I was a dad. I think was that weekend really. In fighting Paulie Malignaggi, produced one of the best performances of my career. Showed that I was back to my best. Oasis, as I mentioned, were massive fans of me. Carried the belts in. Then we went to Mexico City to watch them live in concert, and then we went from Mexico City to Las Vegas, where it was a great couple of weeks.
Is it? Yeah. Is it what happened on those couple of weeks stays on those couple of
weeks? What happens on tour stays on tour.
Absolutely.
No, they were all good as gold, and we had a good laugh with them.
It must be a phenomenal experience walking out in Vegas. I mean, like I've seen fights there. I've seen the movies about boxing that take place in Vegas, and it's surreal to watch. I mean, the glamour and the money behind it. Do you think that we could learn something from the way Vegas stages fights back in the UK?
Yeah, I just don't think it's the way they stage boxing fights. I think it's the way Vegas does everything. It's unbelievable, and just walking down the strip, seeing your name up in lights, you know, with all the, you know, the big, you know, the concerts that are on there, you know, Elton John, Celine Dion and Ricky Hatton. It's very surreal. You ever fancied asking Elton whether he wants to swap for the night, do some songs and get him in the ring? It would certainly be a lot less painful, but trust me, if you've heard me singing, you won't want me swapping. Okay,
one final question. If there was to be a movie of your life as a boxer, I mean, do you have someone in mind already to play? I mean, obviously Sylvester Stallone's way out of the picture now. He's not good looking enough.
I mean, I'd like if they did a film on me, it'd be an absolute huge honour. But I think there'd have to be two people to play me. You'd have to have maybe Johnny Vegas when I'm out of training, because I put that much weight on in between my fights. I'd like to think Brad Pitt when I'm in training.
You mentioned Johnny Vegas there, actually. I was reading a rumour that you're actually going to make a movie with him. Is this just people hearing you go, Johnny Vegas would play me, and trying to turn it into something?
No, I think I did get approached to have a small part in the film, and I think Johnny Vegas was in it. I can't think off the top of the head, but I think they wanted me to play like a doorman, or you know, or like a debt collector, or in like small budget films, which is always nice. But unfortunately, it depends on when your fights come up and when your training comes and that. But
do you fancy it though?
I wouldn't mind, you know, being in a bit of, you know, in film. I like to think I speak pretty well, bearing in mind I've had 46 fights. But you never know. I mean, you know, you don't know where it leads to really. I mean, nobody thought that boxing would set me on the road it has done, and I'm not saying I'm going to be the next Dustin Hoffman,
right,
but I mean, you know, you never know what the future might hold, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You're one letter away from a boxing movie title anyway, Rocky, Ricky. It's not poles apart.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I've done everything beyond my wildest dreams. You know, I've won 4 world titles. I was happy when I just won 1. I was happy when I won a British title, in fact, but I've won 4 now, and I've done it in 2 weight divisions. And if I become the #1 out of all weight divisions, I think that would be some story. So if you're watching Paramount, sign me up.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time. Best of luck in the fight, man.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, there you have it. Ricky Hatton, movie fan. I think the image of a overzealous Russell Crowe chanting, "There's only one Ricky Hatton," all on his own, will stay with us all for a long time. So until another edition of The Guest List, when we invite another movie fan to discuss their favourite films, take care.